All right, welcome to another Crossroads podcast, number 62. I'm Jake Bryan. This is my dude James LaFountain.
LFG.
LFG. What does that mean?
Let's fucking go.
Oh, okay. I'm not hip with the new. I know LOL, OMG,
I know them all, dog.
G2G.
Gotta go.
Yeah, I thought it
Oh, we're
was
good to
good
go.
to go.
Right.
And I didn't know if it was laugh out. At first, I thought it was lots of laughs.
What?
Yeah. Well,
Lots
I
of
don't know.
love.
Why do people say LOL? It's not like they're like, ha ha, when
Right.
they,
You're supposed to, though. You're
I
not supposed.
guess.
You're only supposed to use it when you actually laugh.
I told you about that homie, though. He was all like, he'd be like, LOL. He'd like say it in person.
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I'll say it in my head, like, because like sometimes I'll be like thinking about texting someone back,
Uh huh.
or something. I'm like thinking about what I'm gonna say, but
Oh,
then I'll
right,
just
yeah.
it'll just like intrusive thoughts like LOL will just like pop in.
LOL is the
Like
intrusive
I could
thought. It's not like
I used to
suicidal
get so mad
thoughts.
when I used to get so annoyed when people would just be like LOL after everything.
Oh, yeah,
But
true that. Well,
it's cool.
should we hit the intro?
Hit it,
Hit it. All right, let me see
fucking
here.
run it.
Run it and gun it. All right. Wait a minute. Hold on. I hit the wrong thing. I didn't hit share the sound. Alright. Good.
There's a place where deals are made and legends are born. You boys know what to do. Sure, we know what to do. And that is not to let the devil know anything.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. James the Fountain on the audio. Alan Watts. Robert Johnson. You actually got the actual Robert Johnson sample, right?
Yep. I had to throw that in there.
The OG, man.
I went to the crossroads.
I've been trying to think of some songs to cover. Like, I wanted to make a legit cover and, get
Yep.
the licensing rights. Make a dope music video. I might have to do Robert Johnson.
That'd be sick.
Um, Me and the Devil Blues, I think was the one. Or no, just Crossroads Blues.
Right.
I think it was called, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do it, dude.
Yeah, maybe
Sipping on that blue booch.
the Blue Booch. I'm sipping on the same one I was sipping last week.
For real?
Yeah,
You just keep it in the fridge or you just let
dude,
it boil?
yeah, dude, it was boiling because I came in and it was like cooking.
Dude, I made my own kombucha for a little while.
Kombucha or hooch? No,
I mean, apparently, yeah, there's like a tiny, tiny bit of alcohol in there, but it's just crazy how it goes from like, because dude, you got to put so much sugar in that, and then that bacteria just eats all that sugar and it basically turns to fucking vinegar.
dude, that's
But dude,
wild.
that SCOBY that I got, that's what they call it, the little bacterial SCOBY. What's the stand for? It's like fucking um something culture of bacteria and yeast. But it's just like a little like loogie. It's like a fucking chunk of like booger.
What?
But it's like fungus, bacteria, and yeast. Um,
But what?
but it,
What is it?
it's just bacteria and yeast, just kind of like how they make bread.
Is it like
Just
something you consume?
fermentation. Well, when you drink those kombuchas, they have like little blobs in them. You can see it.
Yeah, like at the
That's
bottom.
what that is. Yep, that's what that is. It's just little pieces of that SCOBY.
Dude.
But yeah,
That is so weird.
I got it from the Whole Food store, and it started out as just like a little corner, because that's how like you make new ones. You just cut a piece of the SCOBY off and then grow it in a new tank. But dude, that thing got huge. It was like this big around and like that big.
What?
It grew so big. Yeah.
So
Dude.
how big would you say? Like a foot? No.
Well, that container I had it in was like it was probably about that. So it was like a good 10 inches around, in diameter.
Is this thing living?
Yeah, dude.
Breathing?
I mean, like doing some sort of
It must. I mean, obviously.
bacteria.
Dude, you can make a horror movie about that, bro.
I mean,
They probably have one.
yeah, dude. Apparently we're like, I don't know. I heard somewhere that like we're more bacteria than we are human. Like as far as like human cells compared to bacteria cells, we're outnumbered.
Oh, like, yeah. Like, we have to have the bacteria to eat all the nastiness. All right, dude. That makes me think of. Have you watched Woodstock '99?
No.
Dude.
I
Wait, do
don't
you have
think so.
Netflix?
Yeah.
Dude. Trainwreck is what it's called.
What is it?
It's a
documentary?
3-episode thing about Woodstock '99.
Okay.
Oh my god, dude. You gotta watch it. I watched it all in one night, and it was just fucking gnarly, bro. Bad.
Right.
Like, I mean, they had... Okay, Woodstock '69. Peace, love, hippies, Hendrix, and, like... I don't even know if the Grateful Dead played. But, yeah. Joni Mitchell and all these, like, peace, love,
Right.
So I guess they were trying to recreate that again, but of course it was to be profitable.
Right.
So not to spoil it, spoiler alert, not really a spoiler, but they were cutting costs on things. Basically cutting costs on... They didn't have anybody clean up the sewage. The outhouses?
Right.
The trash, and like their security team was just like anybody that offered, like, oh yeah, I'll be security. You paid like $500 or something.
Man. Yeah, I've heard like a little bit about it. Never really like watched or really dove in on anything about it too much.
Well, and so their like big headliner drawing acts were Korn, Limp Bizkit.
Okay.
They said Rage Against the Machine too, but I didn't even see them highlighting on Rage Against the Machine. But I'm like, yo, you're going for peace and love, and you hire Korn and Limp Bizkit?
No shit.
Like, and you know how it is, those masses of people, and it just becomes that like one consciousness that's like,
Yep.
dude, gnarly. And the thing about it was they held it on like a base, like an old Air Force base, and they didn't really have all this good like sheltering for the people, like shade. So there's just people out there cooking.
Yeah.
And all the vendors were like, selling bottles of water for like super expensive.
Yep.
And this is the last thing I'm going to say about it, but the water got contaminated.
Oh.
So there was people getting, a trench mouth, they called it. And I'm just like, dude, it's just crazy how, and of course the promoters are like, yeah, it's going great, like at the meetings.
Right.
And I'm like, dude, this is insane how just masses of people, and it's just like money. Care about that money. We don't give a fuck about these people. They're out there on like amphetamines, like shitty water.
Yep.
They're out there like rolling around in poop water, like they think it's mud.
Man,
I'm like, dude, you gotta watch it though.
I'll check it out.
Yeah. I want to have a festival one day, but not like that.
Well, there was that like fire festival thing too. There's a whole documentary on that. I didn't watch that
I
either,
watched
but
it. Yeah, Ja Rule and some other like white rich guy.
dude, Ja Rule could have easily made a comeback. Like he, I don't know, he had that beef with fucking 50 Cent or something like that, right?
Yeah.
But after that, like, I mean, same with Meek Mill. Like Meek Mill had that Meek Mill versus Drake thing, you know. But
I
after a
didn't
while,
even
like,
really. Oh, I did catch that a bit.
yeah, I mean, people don't really pay attention to that shit too much, but
What
yeah,
was
he
the
kind of fucked
beef?
himself over. I don't even know, dude. It was probably just about like I can outsell you type shit, you know.
Oh,
I'm a
like
bigger
some
star.
politics of rap game politics or something.
I don't even know, dude. I'm not sure.
Who do you like more,
Out of them
Meek
two,
Mill or Drake? Drake's the bigger artist for sure. Like he
I
can't
mean,
outsell Drake. Drake's got like women.
no, Drake is like on top of the fucking whole
Dude,
world.
he's a fucking dragon.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
and when I
I
say
was just
that, I mean like I don't know if he's actually like a real dragon, but
well,
I mean
that's
like
that's
he's so big and powerful.
that's what I was thinking when you asked, like, who do I like better? I mean, are we just talking about like their music or their whole thing
I
or
mean,
what?
them as a person, and I guess their music kind of goes into it a bit, you know.
I mean, because someone like Drake, you don't really know, dude. Like everything he does is probably so fucking calculated, you know?
He's a gangster.
Um,
I'd imagine he's like a mob boss.
yeah, dude. It's it rem we earlier when we were talking on the phone, I was saying I was watching some Tom Segura shit.
Uh huh.
Um, and I turned my mom on to them, and she liked that podcast until she's seen them making fun of fucking Garth Brooks. And she was like, these guys are stupid, and like was really mad at them. And I'm like,
What were they saying?
well, because like he he was never on social media at all for ever. And then
Oh,
he just
I
got
seen that, and they're like, "How weird is his like trying
yeah,
to
it was like
relate to normal people or something?"
it was just like his literally his introduction video to social media. It was like him talking to Facebook, and he was just yeah, it was just super fucking weird. And I mean, he's like the most famous, you know. I'm pretty sure he's like the highest selling fucking artist of all time.
Dude, I played a show in Billings one time, and there was like nobody there because
Right.
Garth Brooks sold out like 5 days in a row.
Well, my mom was
There.
pregnant with me, right? No, listen. My mom was pregnant with me and she's seen Garth Brooks live, and
Oh.
apparently like they got her so fucking excited that it like caused me to be born. Not like
No
right
way.
away. I don't think it was that night, but like
You're like, I gotta see this.
no, I was like get me the fuck out of here.
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't know, dude. Yeah, like I've always liked Garth Brooks music and shit, you know. My mom always listened to all that, you know, 90s country shit.
I mean, there's like 3 songs I can really think of.
I mean, I just never disliked him or anything, but yeah, you see the videos where he's like trying to be normal, you know?
Yeah,
I would just be like, dude, I'm the richest fucking country star in the world. Like,
dude,
you know,
yeah.
he's never gonna be able to relate with anybody, you know,
Like
like
blue collar, working class people,
right.
or even like definitely not the low class, like people in poverty. Definitely not the people on the streets, or so far from even just the people that like have food stamps and like live in
Yep.
the projects, or just low income housing and get government assistance. Because
Yeah,
and the
dude.
thing about Garth Brooks, I watched his documentary, and fuck, I Garth Brooks is the king. That day I was playing a show and he fucking sold out. I was like, okay, Garth, like you're the king. Okay, dude, you don't. It's like insane. You could sell out 5 days in a row in one city.
Mm-hmm.
And see, he was like, I'm pretty sure his family was like in the industry too. You know,
Probably.
he still had to kind of make his way, but. And I'm not saying there's anything against people that like their families in the industry, because what? Of course you're gonna like. You're almost like bred for that, to be that person. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and so that's just the crazy thing about Garth Brooks is. Did you ever hear about when he went Chris Gaines? He had like an identity
For
crisis or
sure.
something.
Of course.
Dude, that was even weirder.
Yeah.
Like, again, I don't think because he doesn't write his own music. You know.
I mean, I don't, yeah. I think at that level they don't let you.
No, yeah, they probably have like 12 different writers,
Yeah.
and nothing against people that perform.
I mean, you probably have to be like a Michael Jackson type or like Stevie Wonder or something to be like, no, this is what we're fucking playing, you
Yeah,
know, and
true
like
dat.
tells every single person what to play.
Dude, yeah, and the Chris Gaines thing, I guess there was some weird like liner notes where he was like, if I wrote my own music, or if Chris Gaines was to write his own music, it would have been like this. And they had like a whole weird like behind the music. I watched that too. It was like this whole artificial thing, and it's
Yeah.
pretty fascinating. And it's just weird because I'm like, dude, were you on a cocaine binge or something?
I mean, it's pretty meta though, because like you're already putting on a show in the first place. Like it's already an illusion, you know? And
Right?
then like you go another one where it's like, oh no, I'm not even.
Not
I'm a
Garth
whole different
Brooks.
person. Yeah.
Dude, yeah. That's when I'm like, is this guy actually an alien that like just puts on the Garth Brooks suit? No.
What he should have done is been one even further and been like, I'm not Chris Gaines, I'm fucking Pepe LaFranc or something.
Yeah, where he's like, I'm Garth Brooks playing Chris Gaines, and Chris Gaines is playing Pepe LaFranc or whatever you said.
He's a mime.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and then he just does miming. That'd be funny. He's like, no words.
Right.
I'm in a
He,
box. And that's his whole performance. He's like, the thing is, I'm trapped in the industry.
right.
I can't move. They will silence me.
And he just tours the world and fucking sells out stadiums.
Yeah, at that point, because I heard he also, like, quit performing when his daughters were going to school.
Right.
So he took, like, I don't know, 18, 20 years off. And I think
That's
that's
crazy.
pretty, like, dope.
Yeah.
But even then,
sure.
I'm like, fuck, you already did it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're already on top of the world. Like, what do you have to continue that run, you would probably just burn out and people are like, I'm fucking sick of Garth Brooks, you know.
I guess not, dude.
Well, I guess it's that thing when you like, if you take a break and then come back, I don't know.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying about Ja Rule. Like, you know, he easily could have made a comeback. You know, the internet, I think, would, because people loved him back in the day. You know, like
He's
at
like
one point he was like,
R&B. He was like a sexy rapper type, you know, like he got the women.
yeah, all the songs with Ashanti and shit,
Oh yeah,
right?
Shanti. Yeah. Dude, those female kind of rapper types,
Yep.
they're dope. I've seen some of them on have you heard of Artist Amplify?
No.
Here, I'll show you it real fast. It's like this thing where you can, I think it's Artist Amplify. Something like that. God, I gotta find it. Indie Amplify, maybe. Yeah. Alright, let me screen share. So, Futuristic, I don't know if you ever heard of the rapper Futuristic.
Mm-hmm.
He started, I believe. But it's like a site that you can get features.
Right.
You know, from different, like, whatever, rappers, YouTube reactions, content creators, you know, whatever, music production. You can put yourself on there, too.
Right.
Graphics, consulting, blah blah blah. But I've seen some, you know, people on here that'll be like, you know, these guys, I don't even know who the hell they are. Vin J is $2,000. I don't know who that is. Not dogging on him. I'm sure he's successful. Then, you know, you see Chris Calico for $2,500, and I'm like, I know who Chris Calico is. And Chris Webby, $5,000. Dizzy Wright, $2,500.
Right.
I think Dizzy Wright's pretty fucking dope.
That's not a bad deal.
But there's also some other people on here. I don't know. I've seen like really cheap ones too. That are like, I've seen some females on there for like really cheap, or even people for like $5.
Yep.
That I was like, dude, I think that would be rad to even just feature some different female vocalists that I'm like, yo, they're not that expensive. I don't know if I can find them, but yeah, I just thought about that because, you know, females are kind of harder. They're a little more rare.
Yep.
Maybe I'm. Well, no, I'm not being like biased. Whitney Payton, $700. She's pretty dope. You know? But there's just some like, I don't know. This dude's $50. This dude's $20, and I just think that's pretty cool.
Mr. Dude, sir.
I missed him.
$1.
Where?
On the right with the X shirt. Mr.
What?
Dude, sir.
I gotta get Mr. Dude, sir, on the track, bro.
$1, dude. What do you got?
Think he's
What
had
can you
like
lose?
anybody? Be like, maybe he's had like 1,000 different people. Yeah.
Therapy confessions.
I think that's fucking. Well, he does. Oh, his portfolio, therapy confessions.
It says hip hop rap though.
He's a hip hop artist. Yeah. I mean, that'd be cool. I don't know. I think it's a cool site, and I like the name,
Yeah.
Mr. Dude, sir. But
he just got a shout out on the XROADZ podcast.
he's gonna be famous now, bro. I'm just kidding.
Yep. Yep.
But yeah, that's Indie Amplify. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm sure I would imagine there's a bunch of sites like that, kind of.
Yeah, and I guess I've been thinking about hitting people up um, like John Frusciante of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I was like, dude, I don't know how I can contact him, but I just thought about hitting him up, being like, yo, would you ever be interested in collaboration?
Right.
I think he would be.
It's possible.
Because I'm like, some people, they get to that point where it's like the fame ain't even, they don't care about like the fame.
Right.
They're just like, yo, I just like love the sound and the life experience. And, they've experienced so much in life, like sex, drugs, rock and roll, that it can either like inflate your ego to the point where you're like, I'm fucking the king of the world. You must pay me $1 million to do a track.
Right.
Or I don't know, some people might just be like, yeah, let's do it. Of course I would like pay him. Or I've even thought about hitting up Head from Korn, the guitar player,
Mm-hmm.
because he got all like Christian and cleaned up from drugs and alcohol and stuff. And I don't know, I just always feel like reaching out to even people like that.
Right.
I mean, what's the worst they're gonna say now?
Yeah. Or I fucking hate you. Don't ever talk to me again.
They might be like, dude, I can't believe you would even try to reach out to me. No, just
That's how I would be if I was famous. I wouldn't not answer people's DMs. I would just be the biggest asshole
like, are you kidding me?
ever. I would answer every
I'm
single
a
person.
fucking C-list celebrity. Do you know what that means?
Yeah, there's this some Nintendo executive dude who's like pretty active on Twitter. And he's like gone viral because he fucking just blocks people left and right. And his block list is like 12,000 people or some shit.
Like if they're
It'll just be like something like, hey, so you know, what do you think of the new Zelda or something? He's like blocked. Like people asking me the same questions, blocked, just like blocks people like crazy.
he's like, I don't have time for this shit.
Yeah, straight up.
He's like, I have all these people just like trying to get a hold of me, and I'm just trying to live my life
Just
in
trying
peace.
to tweet and fucking yeah.
I wonder what he tweets about even. Is he
I
just
mean,
like,
it's just Nintendo shit. I think I think he's a designer or some sort of engineer or something.
people are probably like, you know what you should do?
Yeah, he's a blocked.
Yeah. I've blocked people, like my friends and family before in my life, and I've totally regretted it. And been like, dude, I was such an asshole. Like, what the fuck was I doing?
Right.
And, here we go. We're getting blocked right now. Zoom is
Oh,
blocking
there it
us.
goes.
Dude, why?
Fuck.
They're just like, you must pay me now. We got
I have
10
no
minutes
idea.
remaining.
Well, what the shit?
Move this little thing out of my way. That's okay. We can do a two-parter if you want.
I'm down.
It's kind of cool. I release them as 2 parts. I was thinking, because I'm like, yes, whatever. People just have to click a button to be like, I want to listen to the rest.
Or just let autoplay take over.
Yeah, exactly. And I do that all the time. I'll fall asleep with my earbud in. I'm trying not to do that anymore. It's a real bad habit. And do you do that? Or do you just
I do.
Yeah, dude, I'll turn on like a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I should turn on like sleep music, like DMT, deep sleep REM.
Right.
And I'm like, no, I'd rather listen to fucking Tony Hawk or some comedians.
Yeah, for the most part, like I don't really think it affects me, but sometimes I'll be having some nutty dreams because of like what I'm listening to or what's playing, you know.
Yeah, true that. I had some crazy dreams recently. What do you mean by nutty dreams? Like, how would they affect your dreams? Do you have any idea?
I mean, it'll just be like kind of playing out with what's being said and talked about, you know, and like your mind just kind of fills up the blanks, you know. But if it's
Mm.
something like some like creepy list story or something, you know, like it could just be anything, you know.
Oh my god. I definitely don't go to sleep listening to that.
I mean, some shit will just play, you know, like I'll be on my recommended and it'll just like play through just random videos, you know.
Yeah, true that. Dude, I had this dream the other night, and it was one that really stood out to me. And it was like, I was in like a school, but like a really fucking like the most immaculate school ever.
Right.
Like beyond Harvard. It was like Illuminati school.
Hell yeah.
And this was one of them Illuminati dreams, and I'm not talking like cloaks, but I'm talking like suits and
Mm-hmm.
and like there was this one woman in my dream, like the Scarlet Woman, red dress, and I'm like running around in this dream like naked. I'm like, oh shit, man, I don't want to be seen by all these people. They're trying to see me naked, and I find some like underwear, and I put together my clothes, and then I had to get to this room to like play a game of racquetball
Right.
or something with like this head honcho dude in a suit, and I think he had like a mask on. I couldn't see his face. And then this lady in red who was like just super hot. I was like, dude, this is the fucking. She's the queen.
Right.
And she was like standing in the doorway, like with the pose, like trying to seduce me or something. I was like, dude, she's fucking scary. But I'm attracted to her. Like, I don't know.
You ever see that movie? I think it's called The Cell with Jennifer Lopez.
No.
That movie's a trip, dude.
It's like they
Like,
go into the mind of a serial killer or something.
yeah. I thought you'd never seen it.
No, but I was always too
Right.
scared to watch it.
It's fucked up, dude. I mean, bro,
That's
I've
one
been
of that my wife was like, that movie fucked me up. I'll never watch it again.
I seen that shit when I was like 10 or some shit.
Oh. You're like, I'm traumatized.
I was just like, oh, that's pretty weird. Like, what the fuck?
So what, they went into the mind of a serial killer?
Pretty much, yeah, dude. I need to rewatch it because it's one of those ones where like it's been so long since you've seen it. When you rewatch it, you're like totally different person, you know?
That is a crazy concept, like, if you could go into somebody else's mind.
Yeah, dude, that shit was yeah, they're trying to save somebody who like he had hidden away or something, you know, so they're
Oh,
going into
yeah.
his mind.
So to find, like, the memories of, like, where that person was, or...
But
But I'm
just
like...
like the design and the cinematography and all that shit, like everything is so trippy, dude.
Dude, that's the craziest thing about, like, Hollywood is... just the fact that they probably, like, constructed a lot of that stuff, too. Like,
Mm-hmm.
sets.
For
It's
sure.
cool when they actually do that, because nowadays, a lot of CGI. But,
Yep.
that's a weird thing, too. In this dream I had... So we're playing, like, racquetball, right? And it's fucking weird, like, racquetball? I think it was racquetball. It was almost like those, those old, like, toys you'd play with that were, like, scoops. They were, like, a scoop handle
Yeah.
that you would have, like, a few balls in and throw
There's a
back and
name
forth.
for that shit, but I don't know what it is.
But anyways, I'm like, I have to fucking fight these people, right? Like, I have to win this game of racquetball. And then it turned into, like, an audience. There's people buying popcorn to, like, watch me play this game. And the weirdest thing about it, too, was I was like, I had to paint the walls in this, like, auditorium. all black and white, and then I had to paint red in there. So the weirdest thing was like I had been spraying, like painting with a sprayer on my in-laws' house recently.
Mm-hmm.
So this is probably why I was messing with my head. I've been spraying paint, and in my dream, I'm like spraying all this red paint, but it's dripping.
Right.
So it just looks like dripping blood on all the black and white. It was just fucking one of them weird dreams. And I'm like, God, this is kind of like, I don't know what to think. Like, it was kind of a nightmare. It was a nightmare for sure.
Yeah, those are the weirdest, man. They're like fever dreams where it's like it's not necessarily scary, but like you're for sure just in bed just sweating, like what the fuck is going on?
And it's weird, like inside of your mind, like, what is this? Like, it feels like a real event that's going on.
Well, that's kind of like the point of that movie is that detective goes into the mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this dude is a fucking psychopath. So
Mm-hmm.
his mind is like it's like a maze and it's like got all these different things trying to fucking trap you and kill you, you know.
Well, and that's the scariest thing, dude. When I would be like binging on LSD, like sometimes I would eat like, I'd sit down to meditate, like turn off all my lights, maybe light a candle. And I would start with like, I'd probably been microdosing through the day, and then I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna eat two right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes I'd be like, fuck it, I'm gonna dive even deeper in my mind, and I'd just eat more. I don't even know how much more. Sometimes I'm pretty sure I would eat like a whole strip. Like I've definitely done that. I was like, fuck it, let's see how deep into my mind I can go, and
That's nuts.
and it's like so scary, like, because basically I tried to dive into like the reptile mind of your brain, and it's crazy. Like if you look at that, it looks like a labyrinth or something like inside of the reptile brain.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the weirdest thing. Like I literally felt like I was going through a maze of my own brain.
Right.
Like, and that's what I found was so fascinating about psychedelic drugs, was just that it was like a movie inside of your own brain.
For sure. Yeah, dude. It's I mean, it
We're gonna get
definitely
shut down, by the way, in like
oh, we got less
five
than 1 minute.
seconds. Yeah.
So it could be 5 seconds or 59 seconds. Well, I guess we'll be back for part two.
Part two. Part two.
Stick around. Part two.
It's about to get even crazier.
Yep. Now we know. How much time does it give us?
I don't know. It doesn't show you the
Like,
last.
no, like the all together.
I think it gives you like 40 minutes or an hour ish.